Welcome to Just Saying, where it's real friends, real talk, and real raw. Today's show is Sex Drive, so stay tuned.
You are tuned in to Black Hollywood Live. Just Saying.
You're tuning in to Just Saying. I'm your host tonight, Diann Valentine. Please join me in welcoming my amazing co-host to my left, April Daniels.
Hey.
And Miss Jennifer Williams.
Hi, ladies.
Hey. Happy Friday to everybody.
Yes.
Happy
Oh, my
Friday.
God. TJIF. Thank God. Am I the only one drinking again?
Well,
no, we're drinking. It's
yes.
just water.
Okay, well, I can't cheers to you. What the hell you drinking over there?
This is kombucha.
Cheers to her either.
Okay, well, so all you guys watching, I'm just going to be the drinker. And so I am drinking a mix by Mona. Thank you. Shout out to Mona for our Moscato. Well, my Moscato. Jesus. One of these days, these girls are going to start drinking with me. But cheers to you guys, because it's been a long week for me.
Yes.
So
Yes.
happy Friday. And I know it's happy hour somewhere. It's not right now here, but it is going to be right now.
Happy
So
hour.
I'm going to just say happy hour. I'm not cheersing with them because I don't need no bad luck in my life, okay?
This is holy water, girl. We ain't gonna have no bad
Right.
luck.
Right.
Okay, whatever you say, but I'm going to keep my little glass over here.
Well, let me just say something. We got some juicy stuff to talk about today. And listen,
Oh, God.
it's-
This week
it's-
has been action-packed.
Oh my goodness, it's not even on a lot of stuff. It's just one particular thing. Chiro. Blac Chyna and Rob Kardashian got engaged this week.
Black Rob.
I'm here for all of it.
All of it.
Live.
Listen,
Live.
he proposed with a 7-carat flawless diamond from celebrity jeweler Ben Baller. And
Ow.
let me just tell you, it couldn't have happened at a more perfect time, because apparently the whole Kardashian family is in Vail skiing. And so we haven't, it's been like crickets. Nobody on their
Wait,
social
so
media
they
has said
still, because this
anything.
happened what? Like
Monday.
Was it Monday? Okay.
Yes.
So now today is Friday.
Yes.
No one still has said anything?
No.
No congratulations. No.
Crickets.
Nothing. Right.
Crickets.
Right.
Okay, but you know what really pisses me off is that they act like Little Kim and, I'm sorry, not Little Kim, Kim Kardashian and Blac Chyna weren't like BFFs at one point,
Right.
taking butt selfies and all that.
True story. Yes. It's very bizarre to me, because I'm like, okay, rule number 1, you know you don't make nobody choose, because you'll lose. Period.
Right.
So y'all might as well
You will
support
always
it.
lose.
Yes, you will always lose. Support it. Embrace it. I can't see what would be like. What's so bad about it?
I think they are so cute
Yes.
and so adorable together.
Absolutely.
I just do. I love them together.
I do too.
I think that Rob, definitely goes in all the way when he falls in love. But
Yes.
don't we all want that?
Yeah.
Right.
Don't we
It's
all want
nothing
that?
wrong with that. And, shout out to Blac Chyna for getting Rob's ass out the house.
Yeah, that's what I was just getting ready to say.
Okay, because we haven't seen him in I don't
Yes.
know how long. He seems to have gotten his self-esteem
Yes,
back.
yes.
And he seems very happy.
Right.
And as a mother, I can only imagine that that's what you would want
Yeah,
for your son.
Yeah, like it really does. We can't choose who we want to fall in
No,
love. The heart
you
picks
can't.
for us. But at the end of the day, the girl has gotten him out of the house. Apparently, he was battling depression. He don't
Yep.
look depressed no more to me. And what's more important? Like someone who loves your son and looks like she's a benefit
Right.
to his well-being, or would we rather he just be with one of the thoughts that a
Right.
fling from the past? I
Right.
don't, like. Let's keep it all the way live now. Hey, Blac Chyna, you doing a good job,
Listen,
girl. We over here
if they
rooting
can
for
embrace Tyga, they should be able to embrace
Look,
Blac Chyna,
If
okay?
anybody they should be mad at is Tyga, because he started it
you. Yeah.
for his own selfish gain.
And
Yeah,
he's a
he
brick.
did.
Ti-
Oh, he
and,
did.
I mean, it's just typical man.
Yeah.
Only think
Want his
about
cake and eat
yourself.
it too.
He wasn't thinking about the mother of his child.
At
He
all.
wasn't thinking about her embarrassment
Yeah.
that she's had to live through with all of that. He wasn't thinking about any of that. He was thinking about his damn self. So you know what?
The joke is on his ass.
It is so
But
on his ass.
I find it ironic that, publicly he's saying he supports, he wants her to be happy. But privately, we're getting a different story
Right.
that, he's not for it at all. He's
Yes.
not for the Chiro Union at all. So, it's
Why?
it'll
Because he gonna be the daddy and the uncle?
listen, Blac Twitter was eating him alive. It's like, so does this make him the daddy uncle or just the uncle? Like, how do you explain that?
But wait, can we just have a moment of silence for Tokyo Tony?
Oh my God, I live for her.
I call her Little Tokyo. She's a little thing, but she's a
big Tokyo. Okay.
Look, because Tokyo Tony is like I would be over Ryan.
Yeah,
I would be
absolutely.
riding with her
Absolutely.
on social. I would be doing whatever it takes. You coming for my baby girl, then I'm coming for you.
Yeah. And furthermore, I just wanted to say that I just wanted to point this out. Clearly, if Kim and Amber can squash their beef,
Yeah.
Right.
that was worth having a beef
Yes.
over. You know what I mean? Like the way he tried to,
Yeah.
Yeah, because he tried to play Amber and
totally
talking about I had
left.
to take 30
Yeah,
showers
right, like,
and all
for
this
what?
bullshit.
For me? Like, stop it. So if they can show forgiveness and a united front there, the adult thing to do is to do the same exact thing with her. 'Cause
I think it's coming. I think it's coming. I think they're maybe a little, a little
They're trying to
bruised
gather
right
their
now.
thoughts.
Yeah,
Right.
they right now
They
the plan.
thoughts. Chris over there like, now how am I get this spin off and make this 10 million?
Right. Chris is like, wait, now how am I going to...
Look.
Did you see the meme
God.
when she was like, no, everybody just calm down. Let me figure out how to make some money off of this.
I just feel like it's gonna be a wedding special because then she's gonna prove that Rob is ready to come back
Listen,
to TV.
Tokyo Tony ain't ready for that. she like, listen.
Look,
They're going to have to get her a Muslim before they go down.
Tokyo Tony is like Frankie, like Keisha Cole's mama.
Yes,
Ooh,
she
it
is.
is going to
Yes.
be
Not
entertaining
here for the
people.
nonsense. And let
Yes.
me tell you, I think she got the whole family shook.
Yes. E, you better go ahead, Jeff O. Okay, I know you went there from BHL. You better go ahead and get them coins together, okay? Because that is a
Look,
must-see
We can
TV.
sit here and talk about this topic
All day. Look,
but
all
we
I
want-
can say is, Rob, you got backup now, boo. You can do whatever you want to do.
Whatever. And we want to send a sincere congratulations
Absolutely.
to the two of you and wish you a lifetime of love
And we have an
happiness.
amazing wedding planner
Yes.
right here in Diann Valentine. So if you
Listen.
need somebody to do the wedding, I'm even volunteering my services for free. I will be a helper. I just want to be there.
It shall be entertaining.
Yes, hit up Diann Valentine. Keep that money in the community.
Right,
Stop
right.
giving it to all the other people.
Look,
Yes.
Tokyo Tony already said, ain't no blonde, blue-eyed, nobody doing my baby's wedding. I said, is she for real?
Yeah,
right
she
now?
for real. We love it. Diann Valentine.
Okay.
And you can reach her at 6 to... No.
Oh, you're crazy. All right, ladies, let us get into our show because I promise you we can talk about this for at least
Yes.
2 hours.
Yes.
I'm so excited about the next few months. Anyway, so let's get into our show. So today's show is Sex Drive, and we are talking about what happens when the sex drive kind of leaves, and you're not nearly as sexual as you used to be, both for women and for men. So let's get into sexy time, all right? So there's an article on Exo Nicole, which is formerly NicoleBitchy.com, and it's about moms who are no longer in the mood. So it says that, sex has always been quality over quantity. And this new mom is saying that it's only a matter of time before you have to start scheduling sex. And she goes on to say, I don't know what happened to my hormones. They're all out of whack. One moment, I'm mad at him because he didn't fill a tank up with gas. The next moment, I'm like, can't keep my hands off of him. She's like, then I'm aggravated when he's all up on me. Like, she just confused. New mom is just straight up
that's that postpartum
confused.
depression kicking in.
Is
That's
that what it is?
Yes.
Lord.
The chemical imbalance.
So, Yvonne Fulbright, who's a PhD and a sex educator and the co-author of Your Orgasmic Pregnancy, says that you are happier in all aspects of your relationship, including your sex life. And when you are, you ultimately are a better parent because of it.
You better at everything because let you get some good. You like,
I know, right? It's like
omelet with the waffle. How about eggs
everything everything is
for you.
amazing when you have some good sex.
Right?
I don't
Peanut
care
butter
what
and jelly is amazing.
Yes, I don't care what you going through. Get you some good dick, and it will be worked out.
Absolutely.
David be like, you want some chili cheese fries? Yep, let's go.
Yes, some great sex boy would be like it makes your day. Like,
All things get better.
oh my gosh, everything.
So, ladies, how do you make planning sex sexy?
See, I don't believe in planning sex. Like, I think it should be spontaneous. I think it should just be organic. Like, when you know you want to have sex, just initiate it. Either party.
Right.
But I feel like planning it out makes it a chore or a job.
Okay.
And it's nothing really sexy about a chore.
Well, April, you have 3 boys, and I know Jet is MacGyver. So, do you and Sean, or I won't even say Sean, do you ever have to plan sex?
We plan to have sex when Jed is in school. That's the extent of our planning. Like, you know, when it puts us at ease because we know he's a clever young man. So
Yes.
when he is in the house with us, we're always kind of like on pins and needles, even with the door locked. But if we know Sean has a late morning, or if I'm gonna be around the house yeah, we get it on and popping. Like, no, for real. We don't even think. We be like, all right, I'll be like, babe, I'm going to take Jet to school. I'll be right back in like 5 minutes. Okay. And then I get back and I'm like, woo! And we just have an amazing time.
But I don't really feel like you're planning it. It's just, you have that time open because he's
we
not
talk
home.
about it like a few days before.
Oh, shit,
It goes
okay.
down because, like, we have sex, obviously, when he's in the house. But the heightened level of sex that we have when Jet is not in the house is
you
just on a whole
swinging from
nother-
chandeliers
yeah,
and
like,
shit?
You know, we in the kitchen. Y'all never look at my kitchen the same, but you know,
I ain't
it's
never
a
eaten on that
freedom.
counter again. I knew it.
There's a sense of freedom that comes along with
Right.
this. So you're not like, okay, in the bedroom real quick, but wait, don't be too loud. I got to listen real quick. Wait, is that,
Yeah.
it's too many distractions.
I know.
Yeah.
See, I can imagine that because I obviously don't have kids. So to me, I'm just like, well, wherever.
Ever and whenever.
On top of this, that, it
Right.
just, so I can't imagine what that feels like being restricted
my
because
gosh.
of that.
Right. Well,
It's
Jen, I
terrible.
have a question for you then. Since, we're talking about sometimes women just aren't in the mood. So is faking an orgasm ever acceptable to please your man?
Okay, see, I have done it. I have. Just because there's been like, times where I've been tired and I'm just like,
want it over?
I'm just like, all right, like I got off, like you just like, so I have actually done it. I don't like doing that because I just feel like I should always be into it. But some days I'm just like, oh, I fucked you this morning. Like I'm just
Again?
like, yes, like I'm tired,
Right.
So I don't like doing it, but I have done it.
Now, do you ever share that
No,
an
hell
orgasm
no.
may
You
not
can't
have been
share that
real?
orgasm.
No, please,
I think
not
that
in
would
the
damage a
moment.
man
You
will
ever.
bruise their ego.
Yes, they'd be like, what you
Absolutely
mean? Because
not.
then their mind would be, so did you fake all them other times too? And you like,
Yeah,
no,
no,
but
you
they
can't.
looking
You
at
got to
you
take
like,
that to your grave.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
All right. I'm learning.
No.
So, April, how do you make sex a priority when you are a new parent?
A
Think
new
back.
parent is easier because the baby isn't doing nothing but sleeping.
Right.
It's automatic. You get a baby,
Baby
feed
can't
him,
get out
sleep.
the crib
Poop,
like you
feed
good.
him, sleep, poop. Like that's the easiest.
But
thing.
as a
You
mom,
might be
a new
tired.
mom, right? You're up all night with a baby. You're like changing diapers. You're stressed out. The shit is new. You like, why he don't stop crying? What is the problem?
Girl,
True,
and
but
Nanny will solve all your
listen.
problems.
True, right? No, but see, this is the thing. It's already a delicate situation when any woman has a child because of
Right.
that postpartum depression stuff. I went through it with both of my kids, and it wasn't to the degree where I wanted to hurt my kids, but my son's first father and Sean wore me thin. I was like, oh my God, when are you going? Like, what? So I can totally
Did you want to have
identify.
sex right after?
I did. It was like a love-hate relationship. Like, when we weren't having sex, I was like, ew, like, are you going to work today? What time are you leaving? But then I was like, you going to give me something before you leave? So I'm trying to look like a basket case, I'm sure, in his eyes. But you have to fight it because if you don't keep some type of intimacy going with your
Right.
mate, only thing that festers is your aggravation, your hate, your dislike,
Right.
and then that's what's breaking the two of you up
Right.
because that's what took precedence over the relationship. So I think it's very important. I would tell any new mother, you may not feel like it, but back that thing on up. Let that thing take a trip across the bridge.
Yes.
And, like, you have to. You have
Right.
to make yourself. That is almost a necessity like feeding the baby. Like, you have to. It's no, I
Yeah,
don't
you
feel
gotta
like
keep your
unless-
man happy because
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
else will.
Nobody else will.
Yeah.
Now, Jen, what about? I mean, you're very busy. You know, you have a lot of on your calendar, and you have a lot of obligations. How do you fit it in, Miss Spontaneous? I want to do it right here, right now.
Okay,
but
well,
you're supposed to be on
see-
set.
Jimmy
Right.
in the bathroom on set.
No, okay, here's the thing. So I have to really be into a person to like want to have sex like that. So I go through, believe it or not, yes, me. I go through my periods where I just like, honestly, I'm so focused on myself and I'm so focused on what I need to do that sex is the last thing on my mind. But that only happens when I don't have a man. When I have a man and I'm like into him, I want to have sex all the time. So I figured out it's just like when I want to go get my hair done or I want to go get a manicure.
Right.
I work out the time to figure out when I'm gonna do it. So sometimes you gotta sacrifice. If you can't get, an hour or two of sleep because you want to have sex.
Sleep is
then-
overrated when you got some good
Exactly.
sex.
I say sleep when you're dead, okay?
Right.
No. So you just you figure it out.
Okay, but I've also read. I ain't been a new mom for so many years I can't even remember. But I've also read that when women first have a child, they are completely uninterested in sex. So is that a period where it's okay to just kind of fake it?
Well, I had 2 C-sections, so I couldn't have sex for 6 weeks. I
would think that's easier.
Well,
I had a vaginal delivery, and look at here. That shit cured me for life. That's why Ryan ain't got no
listen.
brothers or sisters.
But sex doesn't necessarily have to mean intercourse. Like ladies, you gotta learn to be creative.
Absolutely.
Okay? Like as long as a man comes, he's happy. So get your hand job together.
With that mouth down.
Keeps it all the way
words
real
of
at
Andre.
all
No,
times.
you know what I just discovered? Coconut oil will be your best friend with a hand job, okay?
Why coconut oil?
I don't
You like the
listen.
smell of it while you're doing it.
No, actually, somebody else told me about it. It was the dude and I was like, okay, well, this works for me. I keep my hands nice and moist. But I'm saying you don't always have to have intercourse.
Absolutely.
Just figure out other ways and be creative. And if you get good at a hand job, you'll be doing it for not even 10 minutes and put his ass right to sleep.
Because and that's real talk. But the flip side of that is when women think about having intercourse, like Jen said, it doesn't always have to be him penetrating inside of
Right.
you. If you don't feel like doing it, that's fine, but still please your man. Whatever that
Okay.
means. You know what I mean?
But
So-
what about him pleasing you?
But some women after children don't want that.
I know.
But if you do want that, then let him please you, girl. Don't listen. Don't discriminate. Get yours.
All right. So let's move on. Clearly, they got plenty of advice. So, ladies, let's play a game.
Uh-oh.
So today's game is 2 truths and a lie, but for a change, I am not running the game. Jen is running this one. This
Yes.
is our sex drive edition.
Okay.
Y'all get
so-
ready. She got whole tendencies.
Oh, wait. I might have did this wrong. So
Oh,
so one answer is right, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
But it's a total of 3
No,
multiple
2
choice.
truths and a lie.
No, 2 lies and a truth. It's 2 truths and a... They wrote it wrong.
2
okay,
truths
so
and a lie.
only one of these is right.
Okay.
2 lies
Okay.
and a truth. We're changing the game.
That's how I did it last week. Yes, and you played well, so we're going to keep it going. Go ahead, Jen. We know one answer is the right one.
Wait, I think some of these two are right, but okay, whatever. All right. The one place I haven't had sex but want to is on an airplane to be in the Mile High Club, in a jacuzzi, or on an elevator.
On the airplane.
On an elevator. She done been on too many private jets. I already know.
Airplane. I haven't done that.
That's kind of hard. I mean, unless you fly in private.
Even private is kind of like.
No, you be like, don't come in here for a minute.
Easy.
Keep y'all behinds on the other side of that door.
Easy.
I don't know. I guess I need more champagne. Okay. I have had sex outside in Manhattan, in my Range Rover, in a park with the police watching.
I'm going to go for it. Say in Manhattan. In the park in Manhattan.
I'm going to say, no, outside in Manhattan.
No, outside in Manhattan.
Outside
not in front of the
Manhattan.
cops. Yeah.
No, actually the other two are right, but I haven't had outside in Manhattan.
Wait a minute, Jen. Your Range Rover is new.
No, not that one.
Oh, the other one.
But that was the lie, right?
No,
No,
I picked the one that wasn't
I
true.
haven't in
We picked the one that
Manhattan.
wasn't true.
Oh.
Yeah. Ah.
Okay, I don't know.
You did it while the cops was watching?
Well, I didn't know they were watching at the time. I mean, they were getting a show too, you know? Okay, so I have never dated a doctor, a drug dealer, or none of the above.
None of the above is the lie.
I thought it was 2 lies and a truth.
No, you changing it. It's only one
I don't know. I'm
truth.
confused now
I'm
because I've been
confused.
drinking.
I said
I'll
it was
just
2
tell y'all
truths
the
and a
right
lie.
Well, I told her the wrong way, so we gonna play like we played last week with me.
Right, 2 lies?
I don't know.
You have 2 truths. No, it's only 1 truth and 2 lies.
Lord. Okay, what's the game?
So we gotta
I'm
figure
just-
out which one is the truth.
Okay, none of the above.
No, I have dated a drug dealer. I don't know if I'm playing this right. Whatever. I'm just telling
So
y'all
how
the
can
damn
one of the
answers.
answers be?
Okay, move it right.
One is supposed to be the truth, right?
How can one of the answers be none of the above?
Because then that would be I didn't date either.
But that would be a true statement that it was either.
Okay.
Because you can't pick one without the other, so you
We
can pick
are
both.
clearly confused about the
I'm
game.
not confused.
No, this is
I
why
know what I'm doing.
the Beyonce
Okay.
of the group runs the game.
So
okay?
there is one truth to this answer.
Yes.
All right.
Growing up, I wanted to be a model, a lawyer, a pharmacist.
The truth?
A lawyer.
What are we picking? The
Yeah,
truth?
the truth.
You wanted to be a lawyer.
A pharmacist.
A lawyer.
Beyonce, get your
sister a
stuff
pharmacist?
together.
No, my sister's an engineer.
Oh, she's.
But she used to work at a pharmacy,
I
but she
did.
didn't really
Ah,
want
that's
to
what I was
do it.
thinking.
But
All
her
right.
parents was like, "You have to work."
Yes. So I will marry a billionaire, a FedEx man, or an athlete.
See, that's okay. I'm gonna say the lie is the FedEx man.
The truth is the athlete.
No!
You already married him.
No, but this is future.
Oh.
I'm trying to see if y'all can predict my future.
Ah, well, then it's the first one. The
billionaire.
The billionaire.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
easy.
We know that. I thought you said no more athletes after Knucklehead.
I did.
I thought
She's
so,
trying to
okay.
put me to an athlete. I'm like, wait,
And then
what?
I'm like, it's nowhere in the world.
I'm trying to see what y'all really think of me, okay?
Lord.
Okay, so one last question. I
right.
am afraid of heights, afraid of bugs, afraid of failure.
One
Or
is
all of the above. I don't know how to play this.
What are we looking for? The truth or the lie?
the truth.
The truth,
Oh.
right?
Yes. I'm gonna say all of the above.
I'm gonna say bugs.
All of the above.
It's clear you don't know.
No, it's clear. I
Because you
know.
failed mine
I'm
too.
afraid of heights, bugs, and failure. I will not fail, damn it.
You afraid of failure?
Don't nobody want to fail.
Look, failure is good.
It is, but
It
at
gets
the end
you-
of the day, you don't want to fail.
But it gets you to where you're going. It's preparation.
It is.
Yeah.
You can't
but,
graduate without going to college.
Yeah, but I want to succeed in college.
But I don't want to get no F's in none of my courses.
Look, we are all off track today. Let us move on. This is
Beyonce
why I,
had a late night last night.
this is why I run the game.
And look, and this is what happens when she not on point, we not on point.
I don't know. All over the place.
Listen,
today.
April texted me like, "Do you want to do the game? This how you do?" I said, "Okay."
And listen, I was playing the game with you. I passed.
No, yeah.
This one didn't know it was.
All right, so now she want to blame us because she failed.
Typical Beyonce.
Moving right along, let's talk about a limp libido.
Ooh,
Ooh.
All right.
Is that a wet noodle?
A wet noodle. All right, so I found an
I don't have those
article
problems.
on cosmopolitan.com, and it's called Sex Drive Nose Drive. So, as it says, it's natural for men to become a little less eager after they've been dating the same woman for a long time. Now, Michael Castleman, who's the author of Sexual Solutions for Men and Women Who Love Them, he says it's not that your guy isn't as attracted to you as he used to be, but he's no longer afraid that every time with you might be the last time, which makes him a bit more relaxed about having sex with you. Now, the psychology of sex requires relaxation. And if he's mentally preoccupied with work, outside issues, family drama, whatever, his body is not going to necessarily be in the mood for sex. Now, it also says that the truth may be that the guy you're seeing just isn't as enthusiastic about sex as you are and probably won't ever change. You have to be honest about yourself, and can you truly be happy with someone who can't keep up with you in the sack?
No.
No, that's
All
some
right.
bullshit.
Yeah.
So when you truly love someone, can you love them through the periods when you are not sexually satisfied? Jennifer.
Wait, so what now? If he has a wet noodle, can I love him?
Basically, yes.
Oh,
If you're not sexually satisfied, that means a lot.
I mean, okay. I have a lot of questions. So, what's the situation? Like, am I married to this dude? Like, is he just my boyfriend?
Let me repeat the question.
Right.
Okay. When you
Does
truly
he have a big bank account? Like, there's a lot
when
of
you
variables.
truly love someone,
Okay.
can you love them even through the periods when you are not sexually satisfied?
Well, if I really love you, that means you're really sexually satisfying me.
Okay.
So I wouldn't love you if you didn't satisfy me.
It would just be over.
Well, I mean, I know how to get myself off,
Okay.
but I don't want to do that all the time. So how long is this period? Is it like a week?
Jay, you got too many questions.
I'm just saying. I told you I wanted to be a lawyer. Like I need to
feel
see
you.
the full
I get you.
picture. Like that is a really vague question because it's like, okay, is he having an off week? I could deal with that. I don't, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Clearly, you became dissatisfied after being with him.
Clearly, it says
So,
you truly love him.
So you fell in love with him, and now something's happened where now the sex is just not pleasing like it used to be.
Well, you know what? I think if the sex is not pleasing and it becomes a pattern, and if sex is important to you, then you should probably get out because you're going to end up cheating. So which is the lesser of the two evils?
So that's what you do. Because we're not talking about nobody else.
No, I'm saying if somebody is not pleasing me and
Yes.
I feel like I'm going to go down the route of cheating, then I'd rather just get out of the relationship.
So both sex and money are more important than love.
Wait, were we talking about money?
She's like, money changes the whole situation.
That's a different show. I'm like, wait, are we talking about my billionaire husband? Or what? I'm just confused.
Y'all help
So
me
if he
today.
was your billionaire husband who you are madly in love with and he sexually is not pleasing you anymore, would you stay with him?
I have learned how to masturbate really well.
She's like, oh.
Oh, God. All right. So,
always reserve.
April, all right. Is it healthy for women to forego their sexual fantasies because their partner may not be in the mood, or should they just handle it themselves?
That's a dangerous place to be.
Mm-hmm.
I think because if you get to the place where now your mate isn't in the mood and you handling things yourself, that fantasy is just gonna keep going and take you places that I don't think you want to be at. I think any sexual fantasy or desire in a relationship should have the participation of the two people in the relationship.
Okay. Well, Jen, you feel a little differently.
Yeah, because Jen said this hand will handle it. Now, I want to say that the question she had to answer, I would say that if I was in that situation, I don't think that I would abort the relationship. Because the roles could reverse. What if that's me? Like, we started off great, but everything changes. Now, does it mean it's bad? No. Just like sex. You start off doing the basics. Mm-hmm. After the basics, it kind of becomes redundant. It's just regular sex. Mm-hmm. So what do? You think of new things to add to the sexual appetite.
Okay.
So I think that would be something you would just have to do in this situation. Like, okay, maybe it's not pleasing anymore, but do we just say peace out? Or do we think of other creative ways where, he's satisfied and I'm satisfied? I would first try to explore that before I just be like, listen, the ding-a-ling ain't working.
I had all the questions. I'm like, well, is this a week? Is this like, I mean, that's a complicated question.
It is. It definitely is. But
oh my God.
I just think whether he was, for me, if he was rich or not, and I really loved him, and this is the person that I think I'm going to be with, then I would be like, all right, we got to try all 26 options.
You trying to try because of that bank account shit. Don't fool me.
So, Jen, why do you think you're so comfortable with the notion of masturbation?
Well, I think I'm comfortable because I learned how to masturbate at a really young age. Mm-hmm. So, and I just think as a woman, you need to know your body and you need to know what gets you off. And so I just think I need to know what gets me off so I can tell someone else how to do it. So I am comfortable with it. Do I want to masturbate in front of somebody else? Probably not. But I am very comfortable with my body and knowing how I'm going to get to where I need to go.
So do you ever fear that you'll never find that person that can, get you off the way you enjoy to do it yourself?
No, because you know what? I don't, like, I'm not addicted to masturbation. Like, I hear people talk about it and they're like, oh, I got whatever toy and I could sit in my bed for 4 hours. Like,
you're like, what?
I'm not into that. Like, sometimes I'm like uptight and I'm like, oh, let me just get myself off real quick. Right. But I don't do it on a regular basis. Okay. I do it when I need to, but I'm not like addicted to it at all.
I think every woman should be in tune with her body and I believe there's nothing wrong with masturbation. I think every woman should be able to do that. But if you talking about, okay, yeah, after this meeting and you running home to go masturbate, I think you got a different problem.
That definitely is a problem.
It's like, what? Wait a minute.
But I think it's healthy. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right. Now, we've been talking about men that have...
Well, wait, how do you feel about masturbation?
You
asked so many questions today. I should have joined the conversation.
I'm not into masturbation. I'm really not. I just feel like it's not good.
Have you tried it?
I have tried it, and I just feel like it's not good.
Did you ever come from it?
No.
That's my thing.
I just feel like my sexual life is so much better. Clearly, my husband knows enough where I'm happy. And before my husband, I was like a career chick.
Okay, wait a minute. Because he be in Shanghai and
he do be
Japan
in Shanghai.
And all these goddamn places.
And you don't pull out the kit when
you got to learn how to do this properly.
Why?
Because
there's nothing wrong with it.
I didn't say it was something wrong with it, but you're making it seem like I'm missing something, and I don't feel like I'm missing.
Let me just say,
you are. You definitely are.
He's gone a lot. You have a kit at home. There's FaceTime.
Exactly.
There's a whole lot that could just take the relationship to a whole nother level.
I hear y'all.
Why put off what you can do today until he returns?
Let's say this. Both of us have gotten on planes because of sexual desires.
Now, see, that's way too much.
No, it's not. It's exciting because I will go out and drop $2,000 on some shoes in a heartbeat and not buy a plane ticket to go see my man.
I know, but that just
anticipation of 13 hours flying to Shanghai.
Listen, the anticipation, 13 hours, you get there and be dry as the desert.
This is why FaceTime is your best friend. you get a little whatever works for you, a toy. I don't need shit.
I have to disagree with you, Diann, on this one. You are living beneath your means, and I'm very, very surprised that you don't explore that area.
Why?
Oh my goodness!
I know
all the shoes you have.
Yeah.
The visual, are you not there with me? Like, oh, the favorite pair of shoes, and that's it. And my box.
I would rather just be sexual with my husband
In
as
person.
often as I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, there you go. See? Now, ladies, we've been
Child.
talking a lot about men.
I know it's get you for your birthday.
Yeah.
She's gonna be like, would you guys stop giving me sex?
We have a whole kit, have you know.
Well, you ain't using that shit properly.
He uses it just fine.
Look, she got a kit that she don't use without him.
Right.
It's their kit.
That's because it's our kit.
I understand.
Yes.
Me and Jen gonna get you your
Okay,
kit.
exactly.
These hoes is just on some other stuff today. So we've been talking a lot about men that have a weak libido, but what about for women? So men...
Well, this goes right in tune with what we were just talking about. You set yourself up just perfectly for
Did
that.
you listen, Linda? Whew, y'all at home watching. This is a rough show today. All right. So men seem to need less foreplay than women because men can be, direct, straight to the point.
Yeah.
So when women are experiencing a limp libido and they're not in the mood, does foreplay help you immediately get there?
Yeah. I think for us, we need the foreplay. Like,
Yes.
even like men, the women need it. Men, they can just look at our behinds or our breasts or
Right.
our vagina, whatever, and then automatically they're ready to perform. And you're like, well, wait a minute. I still need a little bit of
Right,
something.
right.
I'm not quite there yet.
You wanna,
not
like,
that I'm not
caress
attracted or
something,
don't want
something.
to, right? But you still need that stimulation to be able to
Absolutely.
perform.
Like,
But what about when you're pissed off?
Sometimes that's the best sex.
exactly.
Me and my husband just started that. We just started doing makeup sex. Like if we get in a disagreement, we just started having sex just to have sex.
Uh-huh.
And we never did that before. Before we, disagree and we resolve the disagreement.
Uh-huh.
But now we just like, yeah, well, I don't agree. I don't agree either. Want to have sex? Yeah, come on. And let me tell you, it's been like amazing. Then we are done. We're like, what was we disagreeing about? I don't know. Listen. So,
Lord.
that's one thing. Listen, the other day I was in the store and it was he had to be about 85 years old and he had a toupee and he was buying KY jelly.
How you doing?
And I was blown away. I tried to get a picture of him because I was like,
Okay.
but I came home and I said, Sean, I said it was a man in CVS and he had to be every bit about 85 years old buying some KY jelly. And he was like, you think we ain't gonna be doing it when we 85? I was like, we will. I couldn't even, I don't know what that's going to look like.
right.
I don't even know what that's going to feel
Lord.
like. But
So
I was like,
what kind of foreplay do you ladies engage in for men? We know what women like, but what kind of foreplay do men like?
Magic City, baby. Listen, we like the role play every now and again, and sometimes I'm new from Magic City.
Jen, how about you?
I think role playing is good, but I just think touching and stimulation is that turns a guy on, and then you gotta know what are their erotic parts.
We
Like,
know you know.
Yes.
a nipple is a good area.
Now, see, I'm very sometimesy about my nipples. It's
No,
the
I'm
craziest
talking about
thing.
for the man.
Sean, he be smacking my hand every time I'm trying to go in. He like, what are you doing? I'm like, I thought you were like that.
But you know what? I think sometimes men feel like it could be like a feminine thing.
Right.
So it's like the ego comes
like,
into play.
yo.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
that is known to be like a zone for them.
Yeah.
What about red light districts?
What about it?
Do y'all venture down those different streets?
I mean, I'm open.
No, my light is green. It don't turn red.
Well, let me tell you, Paris got one.
Yeah, I know.
Bangkok got one.
Now, have you and Damon been to Bangkok?
Paris, Bangkok.
So what do y'all do down there?
Amsterdam.
So wait, do you go in these places and have sex?
No, we've never had sex in the red light district, but we've been to like strip clubs, peep shows, sexual stores. We've seen it. We've seen
So
like
tell us, what
sexual
does
Does
rooms.
that turn you on?
Yeah, so you
It
go,
does.
you watch the show, and then you leave.
go and you watch it for a minute, and then just be like, okay, I'm ready to go. And then there's all that anticipation of getting back to the hotel.
So why you just don't do it on your way to the hotel?
Right.
Or
or
in the-
I'm just
what?
saying, it
Don't
just-
they have those private rooms where you
They
can
do have private room, and that shit always feels nasty to
Nasty.
me,
Yeah.
right? It always feels like it's not clean.
Well, the chair
However,
y'all sitting in.
Yeah, we could have, but we never have.
to stand up, bend over,
But
like
we always like venture when
Pull
we
your hair a
travel
little bit.
to all the sexual neighborhoods, and it's kind of
So y'all some
freaky
low key
maybe.
freaks.
but
we
she don't
just
know how to
all know this.
masturbate.
I told y'all I don't need
Well,
to.
the next time you go, you need to go to the
Lord.
red light to where they do that so that you can see a successful.
Masturbation.
Yes.
Okay, Damon, are you watching? That is our next trip, boo.
Oh my God!
For
And we
Paris
want,
Fashion Week.
we want to hear all about it.
Yes. Please take photos.
Oh, all right, ladies. So let's move on to our segment called I'm Just Saying. So we always reach out to you viewers. We ask you if you want to hear us, you have a question for us, or if there's a particular topic you'd like for us to cover. And today we have a question from K. Marie Meal Prep. And she says, what would you do if your sex drive was higher than your partner's?
Jump on them every time. You want to ask them what's the problem?
What do you do if your sex drive is higher than your partner's? Do you force the issue?
If your sex drive is higher than your partner's, then you just take care of your business with your partner. He might not be the one that's going to initiate, so you do the initiate.
So you force the issue when he's not in the mood.
If it's her husband, yeah, take it. It's
Jen?
not rape when you marry.
Jen?
I'm gonna have to agree with April. It's just like I think as women we should be able to get our man in the mood.
Okay.
And I don't know, maybe you just gotta do something a little extra that you haven't been doing lately. Like explore different things. Or if not, you need to learn how to masturbate.
But my question is, even if her sexual drive is higher than her mate's, why isn't he attracted to that?
Well, men go through, we just talked about it. Men
They
go
Might
through
be dealing
periods
with
of
something
time.
at work.
Yeah, men go through periods of time where they may not always be sexual. all the
Yeah, but
time.
I just feel like you should be able to get your like his mind off of what he's dealing with.
Sometimes.
I totally agree with when your mind is just
Yes.
burdened with all types of other thoughts. Sometimes mentally
Yes.
you can't perform
Yes.
the way you want to. However, I think once you get it started, it kind of, your private parts kind of speak for themselves. And even though your mind is burdened, you really got to be going through some stuff to have a limp penis. And you really got to be going through some stuff to have a dry vagina. So I think that at some point, like whatever you're dealing with doesn't really matter once there's the foreplay and the stimulation and you're ready to perform. So, I hear her, but
All right, girl. Look.
Girl,
look.
go on and take
K.
what's
Marie,
yours.
Go on and rape your man at April's advice.
I raped mine before.
Don't even think about what he got going on in his life. You just
Okay.
do you.
Sensitive, but don't let it affect your sex life. Because, listen, if you ain't got that, you ain't got very much.
You ain't got a lot. All right. Well, let's talk about, because today we have a fabulous find of the week. We believe that all of you out there know exactly what it is, because if you saw the reunion episode of the Next 15 and you saw the finale episode, then you saw our girl Jen perform her
Yes.
song called
Oh my
No
God.
Bricks.
Aw.
Jen, let me just say this. Like, it takes so much courage to do what you did. And I applaud you.
Yes.
I am your biggest cheerleader.
Thank you. Thank you. It does, and you don't really know what it's like to get up there and then you're like, oh shit. And then I had everything going on with my mother. It was one thing for me to do the song. Like, I'm not a singer, but I was like, okay, I'll try it, check this off my bucket list. And I had fun with it. Like, I love the song. It's dance and it's just fun.
Yeah. Right.
But then to get up there and actually perform it and not have any time to prepare and dealing with the issue of I don't know, like, if my mother's going to live the next day.
Yeah.
It really did take a lot. I just could not wait to get it over with. I'm glad I did it because it's something that I've never done, but it does. It takes a lot of courage. And honestly, people don't follow their dreams because they're scared.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I can inspire one person
Right.
to do something that they've always wanted to do, then I win. So thank you for that. Thank you.
So where can they hear the song? 'Cause I think it's important.
You can go to iTunes. It's on iTunes, so make sure you download that on iTunes, no bricks, and you can hear a snippet of the song on iTunes as well.
Oh, nice. So did you guys do a video or anything, or just the track?
No video. I just
Gotta do a video.
I know. I guess I will do that, but it's kind of like one thing at a time.
Right,
So I'm just kind of getting back into being normal again.
Yeah.
This is
I
like a
think-
new normal for me.
Right.
I think watching the show, a lot of people didn't really understand that entire time you were dealing with your mother. Like they thought it just happened, or but again, we both commend you because being on reality TV, doing a song for the first time, it's a whole lot of elements that's just trying you at the most crucial time of your life, and for you to be able to get through that.
Yes, absolutely. And
should
thank you
pat
guys
yourself
for
on the
coming
back.
out and supporting me and coming to my
No,
performance.
we
I
love
appreciate
you.
you guys.
We love you.
Thank you.
We love you. I think that it's so easy for people to throw darts, and
Absolutely.
criticize, especially them thumb thugs on Instagram and Twitter.
With 0 followers.
Right.
They irritate the hell out of me. But it's so easy, I think, just to throw darts. And really, seeing your performance made me think about what are some things I've always wanted to do and didn't have the courage to do them, or felt like I couldn't do it or I might fail. So you've definitely inspired me, and I'm definitely thinking about some shit I'm gonna do.
Well, thank you. That really, honestly, that warms my heart. It really does. So I
Good.
appreciate
It's
that.
honest. It's
Thank you.
honest. So April, what about you? What's a bucket list item for you?
Sexually? Since it's a sex show? Because I swear I want to do it in the rain on the hood of the car.
Oh, yes.
I've been dying for that
See, I
moment.
never had sex in the rain.
In the rain. And I got to have one like a white, long fitted dress so that when it rains, you can.
Yes, you want to be like a wet
wanna
t-shirt
go-
contest.
Girl, I got the whole visual.
You stupid. You
So
stupid.
that's one of my, I still
That
ain't
sounds
did
like
it.
a video.
Right.
Maybe I'll get to it, but that's one of the things on my bucket list. I play it safe, so.
We know.
Yeah. I play it safe, so it's not too much I want to do. I do, however, think about jumping out of a plane, but I don't think I'll ever do it.
Oh, hell no.
No,
I ain't
you
jumping
know,
out
I'm
no
afraid
plane.
of heights.
Oh, I'd have a
don't
heart
know.
attack
Part of
before
me
I got
is-
to the ground.
See, and that's
Right,
what I
me
think.
Yes.
too. Me too.
I
But
could
for
not.
some reason, I'm like, oh, I want to do that at some point, but I don't know if I will. I'll just stick with having sex in the rain.
Right. I'm a little more comfortable with that.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Jen, this has really been a breakout year for you on many levels.
Yeah.
What's next after the next 15?
Oh my God, I don't even know. I honestly really don't know what tomorrow holds. Like it's just a whole new world for me.
Yeah.
Like moving to LA and then, doing this show with you guys, doing the next 15. It's been great, but then, I don't have my mother here to see all of these amazing things that I'm doing, and I just hope that they just continue. So I really don't know. I'm just kind of like, sometimes I'm like, is this really my world? Like, I'm just probably going to pinch myself and wake up. It's so many things that I just don't really feel are real right now, and they're just very surreal. So I just honestly hope that I can continue on an upward path and I continue to chase my dreams. That's all I can
Good
really
for
ask
you.
for.
Good for you. And I know you have a lot of people in your life that love you and support you. So
Thank
you are
you.
not alone.
Thank you.
You are not
Thank
alone.
you.
So, ladies, before we wrap up this show, because y'all been so out of order today, Lord.
And you had nothing to do with that, right?
You're only as strong as your
Birds of a feather flock
Lord,
together.
what am I going to do with these today? So before we wrap up, give our viewers one last piece of advice about sex drive and how they can keep up with you.
Well, I would say when it comes to sex drive, just, go out there and get it. If your man don't have the same sex drive as you, just think outside the box. I think a lot of times we just think like, okay, sex is supposed to be this way. We're supposed to do it this way, and we're supposed to do it at this time. And, being spontaneous could be your best friend, and it might be some of the best sex you had of your life. So don't think of just your bedroom. Think of other places, and maybe it is an airplane. Maybe it is an elevator. Maybe it is outside in the rain. Who knows? Do something to spice it up, because I think when you spice it up, you up your sex drive. And you can keep up with me on Twitter at I am Jennifer, and on Instagram at JenniferWilliams17. And I just got on Snapchat, and so you have to follow me on Snap. It's Classy Girl Jenny.
All right, Miss April.
Well, I don't think there's any blueprint to the best sex or the greatest sex experience. I think you have to create your own blueprint. A lot of times people think, what works for one person will work for themselves, but I really think it's an individual thing. And if you're in a relationship, you have to kind of make it a collective thing. Don't be so selfish that it's all about you. It should always be about one another. However, don't be ashamed if it's only one enjoying it at the time. Because sometimes me and my husband be like, "Look, boo, I'm going to just take care of you. You take care of me tomorrow." So I just think you need to be willing to explore, to be creative, to not think of it as a job, but as something that brings you pleasure, and just have fun with it. I am April Daniels, and you can keep up with me across all social media platforms.
All right. So, ladies, when I think about sex, I can't help but think about love, because how do you enjoy sex if there is no love? Now, I know we talk about men and the mechanics of sex and how they enjoy it, whether they like the person or not. But women, we are so much different, and we are so much more than our sexuality. So I think when we truly love ourselves and we know that we deserve love above all things, then you will have the best sex of your life. You can keep up with me across all social media platforms at Diann Valentine. Thank you for watching. God bless you. We'll see you next week. Cheers,
Good
ladies.
night. Hi, cheers.
It's a great sex.
Oh, I definitely ain't cheersing to that with no water.
From executives Keven Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in. The views expressed here are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.